Alright, we are back for another installment of Innistrad Dark Ascension Booster Draft on Moto. So what are we looking at here? The rare sun disappearance is obviously makes them all disappear. It's a six drop there. Rather expensive, not knowing where you want to go. The next best card, what's the best card in the pack? Probably the Scob. Put you firmly in blue. There's not really any removal. You're picking you're not sending any blue signals if you take the Scob. Disappearance is nice against tokens, but I'm going to take the beater and the Scob. Go into blue. The other option is to Keswick Recluse, try to stay the white-green path, but I think blue here is the better card. You're passing 3 green cards that are all playable. I'm not going to will much here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Scob. So blue-white flyers is not a bad place to be, and Niblis certainly leads you that way. But there is a Fires of Undeath. Do I want to go blue-red, splash black? I didn't pass any red cards, really. Someone took the rare. Got 3 uncommons here. I like Niblis, but Fires of Undeath is certainly something you can't ignore. What goes best with the Scob? Probably black. Black-blue is a good combo. Yeah, it's really just Niblis. For me, it's Niblis or Fires here. The Elk is pretty good. I've never been able to actually do the self-mill spider spawning deck yet, but I guess I've never really forced it. Maybe I'll have to do that one time. But here we're going to take the Fires, not knowing what's coming. I like Niblis though, but we're going to take Fires. What's this rare do? So it's not very good. You just copy instant or sorcery, so most decks run 6 instants or sorcery, so you're playing 1 card to get the possibility to get 6 copies of whatever they play. I don't know. I think I like the flyer here, the Geist. Rack with Madness is okay removal, but the Undying is just hard to deal with, and I'm a big fan. Certainly of the Geist for sure, the Stormbound Geist here. So best cards for me in this pack is probably Stormbound Geist, followed by Rack, and then maybe yeah, I just can't play that. I'll take the Geist here. So Avison's Collar, which I do like, but you really want to be human, obviously, to do that. The ability to make them recur into spirit tokens is fantastic. For me here, I think it's going to be the Evolving Wilds, just to keep my options open at this point, not knowing what's coming. I think that, for me, that's the best play. So let's make this a little bigger for you guys. Alright, and let's bring in the card. Deal. So, there we go. Yeah, I think it's, for me, it's Evolving Wilds here. Saving Grass, pass some merit if you're able to land the Fiend Hunter, and Lambbolt Elder cannot be overlooked, but it's too. I don't have enough humans to take the Collar. Looting's okay, but in this spot, I'm going to take the Wilds. Feed the Pack. Now this card is rather nasty, and I'm willing to take it here and firmly cement myself into 4 colors, which is probably not the best place to be. Okay, other options. Harrowing Journeys is a fairly fine card. Don't like the Ghoul. The Dryad's pretty good. Grave Purge is okay. This is unplayable. Favor of the Woods, unplayable card. Artful Dodge, not unplayable, but close. Bone Dash. If you get all the flash flyers in white-blue, this is a fairly good card. So you can just flash it, hold up your mana, flash them in, but at this point I'm not there, and I will not take that guy. I'm going to take Feed the Pack, and we'll see where this goes. Green-blue might be a good place to be. Lots of intricacies you can take in there and splash off of. Alpha Brawl is a really good card, except if it's a good card if you ignore the casting cost. But 8 is certainly a big pill to swallow. I like the Cathar, and I do like the Shield, but for me, it's going to be the Recluse. I'm looking to get into green-blue, and then maybe self-mill. Let's see how we can go from there. I like the Warlord too. Very expensive. This format plays fast in my mind. Although I missed the Zendikar block, all the pros talk like this is similar to that, shaping up to be similar to that format. So we're going to take the Recluse here and carry on. Okay, next pack. I'm looking at Young Wolf here. Hollowhinge Beast is okay. The Allure, I don't care for that. I don't think you make a slot in your deck for that. I think that this card, it's very narrow in application, and you know it tries to trick you into making you think it's removable, but in reality it's not. So the backwoods here, this land, I'm not a fan of that either. I'm looking to go blue-green, I think, and splash off everything else. So does that mean I want a Young Wolf or a Hollowhinge Beast? I'm more inclined to take the Wolf just because 5 drops are easier. Next pack, so we'll take the Wolf. So we're still seeing some white cards here, which is interesting. Not really seeing any blue. The Looting could be a good card here. So I could just be looking to splash feed the pack. I do want to try this card out though. I think it has some serious advantages. See, I like the 1/1 Flower and the Shriekgeist, but the fact that you mill them may not be to your benefit. The best card in this pack is Burden of Guilt, followed by Loyal Cathar. I'm going to take Burden of Guilt here. No, I'll take Faithless Looting. Got to pick one color not to play, right? So for this pack, no relevant. Hunger of the Howlpack. It's between Hunger of the Howlpack or Fling. Fling could be it here. Hunger of the Howlpack. So how does this work? At the beginning of your end step, you may sack a non-token creature. If you do, you put X 2/2s in. So you want some beefy toughness guys that are cheap. You really want to be a white for the Horned Turtle type guys, but I think I'm just going to look to splash red, so I'm going to take the Hunger. Grim Flowering. Now, I've never played with this card yet either, but the best card in this pack is probably the Gruesome Discovery, followed by Artful Dodge. Could play some. I don't see myself playing this. Well, you know what? It could go with the mill strategy, self-mill, so let's take it. Let's see if we can get into that. Alright, up next, what do we got? The best card in this pack is probably the Bone to Ash, followed by the Stalker. He doesn't go so well with the Feed the Pack, which I certainly want to play, but he does have Undying. That's beneficial. I don't like holding up 4 mana to play Bone to the Ash. Even if you do get a 2 for 1 out of the deal, it's still not a good card. I'm going to take Saving Grasp here. There's not much else to talk about in that pack. Take the Dodge. I'm not going to play it. Take a Fengraf. Probably not play it. Alright, so what are we going for here? We're set up for a self-mill type deck, I believe. So let's see if we can pick up some Spider Spawnings or something of relevance to get us into that deck. As much as I've drafted, though, I've never really put myself there into that deck. So here, Fiend Hunter is nice, but we're way past trying to make that work. Even though we do have the Saving Grasp combo. Claustrophobia is the best removal card in the spell in this pack. Evil Twin is probably the best card in this pack, and probably what I want to take here. And it looks like I'm going to be in blue and splashing black. So really, at this point, I think I'm going to have to, if I take him, I have to put the land that taps for any mana if you pay 1 into it a lot higher. Can't think of the name of it right now, but of course I'll remember it whenever. It doesn't matter. So the Mystics is probably the safe bet here. Take the Mystics, stay into self-mill, hope to get past the spider spawning or something. I'm passing one of the better uncommons in this set, but I think Evil Twin has more power and upside. Do you know what? I better take the Prey Upon or the Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia is better. I'm going to pass on the Twin, take the Phobia. Don't want to be stuck into black that bad. Okay, so here I got a Goliath. I have an Alchemy. Nevermore is a good sideboard card, but it's something you want to catch on the wheel. 12th, 13th pick maybe. You could play this, stop their Devil's Play or Lingering Souls. Certainly helpful. So from this pack, let's see what we got. We're gonna hide this. Get on Evolving Walls. Hide the Dodge. Hide the Grasp. So I'm really mainly in green. Red to blue, removal. Blue's better than red at this point. My blue is, so not any good red cards here, but we can look at taking a Scob Goliath. Haven't seen any self-mill cards except for this Alchemy maybe. But we're not necessarily there yet, so take the Alchemy. I'm looking to splash the black. I'm not really set up to do. Let's take the Goliath as a win condition. Go from there. So here we get Splinter Fright. Certainly a good card in the self-mill strategy, although I don't actually have any self-mill cards yet. So if I see a spider spawning in the next 3 picks, I'll force it the rest of the way. But at this point, best card's probably the Drake or Grasp of Phantoms. I think I'm gonna take the Phantoms just to hedge at this point. Hopefully, I will see a Burning Vengeance. Something, yeah, actually, a Burning Vengeance would be nice real soon, or a spider spawning. And I have one Evolving Wilds that will help play the 3 colors. But the question is, or maybe even 4. I needed this Shimmering Grottos, the land I was thinking of. Still need some Grottos, but we're gonna take the Grasp here. Double blue is kind of tough. I'm already shaping up that way. I'm gonna take the Grasp and see what comes. Okay, here's a real good card for. There's a Grotto and an Amulet, which will not will, but I think I have to take the best card here, which is going to be, for me, it's definitely going to be the Scholar. It's going to help with the Goliath. Help, especially so if you're playing a 3-color deck, any kind of card draw will help you get to the 3rd color. So if you play blue as a base, you can use him in part to get you to the other colors. Like, so if you're playing a blue base, and for instance, what I'm looking to do is splash red and green, and 1 black or, for the Fires of Undeath. So he'll help you get there. Would like to see the Mulch Will at this point, or a Grotto. I mean, so there's playable cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the Mulch Wills. That would probably be it, though. Okay, so here we have a blue-green land. Priest is the best card in the deck in this pack by far. I'm so far away from white that does not help me at all. I don't think I'm going to take the duel here. It helps with what I'm trying to concoct. I only have 7 creatures, but at this point I can't go into white. It'd be suicide. So we're going to take the Harbor. I don't see much else. Spectral Flight, no. Harbor. So here we get a Stalker, which in fact is the best card in the pack. So we're going to take the Stalker here. Not much else here for us. I think Make-A-Wish is playable, but not a self-mill strategy. If you got a lot of removal, early cheap removal, it's a nice card to have. Late in the game, obviously, it gets diluted, but for those early games with removal, it's interesting. And especially if you have a lot of removal spells in your deck, but I guess if you have a lot of removal spells in your deck, you're probably winning anyway. So we're going to take the Stalker here. So here we do see a Grotto, which will certainly help with a black component and the red. I'm going to take that over the Mauler. I have some beaters. I have a Goliath. I have a Scab. I have a Stalker. You know, I have some guys who can certainly chop into someone's life total. So I'm going to take the Grotto here and try to certainly, well, that'll firmly put me in 3 colors. And then we can splash, or that'll also help me flash back the black piece, Fires of Undeath. Wouldn't mind taking a Mauler here, but I'm going to take the Grotto. Parallel Lives. That's a sick combo. Parallel Lives and Feed the Pack. Play the All Enchantment deck. I like Lumberknot here. Best card in the pack is probably Smite. Well, yeah, Smite. Walking Corpse, whatever. But Lumberknot does fairly well. I'm tempted to take this. You put this down, then you Spider Spawn. Do we go all in? What the hell? Only pass on Lumberknot, alright. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, please let them come. I'm going to take the Scavenger here. I'm going to be all 5 drops, all awkward, clunky deck, but so we're looking just to splash the red, but play blue-green. So we'll take the Scavenger. So Delver. 1, 2, 3. No, the 2 enchantments really knocks that off. I'm going to take the Flyer here. Good blocker, good bouncer, try to buy me time to get me into my cards. Hopefully I will see a Spider Spawning or something to help me realize I wanted to play this type of deck. So, we'll see. Alright, what we got here? Spare from Evil is a fairly good card. I'm going to take Purify the Grave here. I'm just cutting a sideboard card from someone. So we're going to take Purify. Desperate Ravings by far the best card in this pack. Taking it could actually play it. What would I rather not see? Probably Fin Snake, right? Kills all my stuff. Take this horrible card. Well, we have a pile going, for sure. And I get a Bomb White card. Awesome. And probably going to take it. Let's see. So I've got 18 playables right now. I'll take this. Not a good place to be. Just another 5-drop, which I don't really need. I can't deal with this either, though. Just take a Captain. Not be downy enough. I do have a Stalker. I should remember that for equipment. Or any kind of pump effect. Do have a 100th Howl Pack to put on them. But mana base is horrible. I really hate to pass this. But I think I have to. I'm just going to get destroyed either way. So it's our best way to make it out of this pile. Hamlet Captain. These other cards are interesting. Captain or Mage. Angel here. Alright, taking the Captain. Hoping I don't have to play the white guy. Curse of Death's Hole. Somebody passed that. It's unfortunate. Wish I were in black now. Of course, I did wish I was in white. Let's just have fun. Alright, so we're going to go... It's going to be the Grasp here. Just a very helpful card. I think I might be looking to audible out of Self-Mill. I don't have a Gnaw to the Bone. I don't have any actual mill cards. Nor do I have a Spider Spawning. So I can't take the double black card. I'm just going to get beat by that. I could take the Mask. I'm not taking the Grasp here. Alright, so we got a Young Wolf. Falconwrath Noble is by far the best card in the pack. Probably, no, Wolf, then Alchemy, I think. And then Viper. I can't take black either. I keep passing all these good cards that are not in my colors, and I happen to be in 3 colors. So we're going to take the Dark Thicket Wolf here to try to salvage ourselves. Still don't have much to go on with the Feed the Pack. Would like to see a mask actually to throw down these cheap creature, sack them to the Feed the Pack, get some extra tokens. We're going to take the Wolf here. Everybody else fight over these good cards. I'm going to beat them with shitty, mediocre cards. That's my plan. Another Priest going to have to pass. Looks like it's going to have to be Drake here. Tribute's okay. Scavenger, I don't need any more 5-drops. My curve is looking okay. I have one creature, 1, 2, 3 2-drops. So maybe Drake will help us get there. But I don't have any self-mill cards. I don't have any Spider Spawnings or Knot of the Bones, anything of that nature. Someone else must be drafting it. I could take Scob here. Bonds is the best card, followed by Scholar, but do I need Scob? That is the question. I'm not going to take Scob. These two do close to the same thing. He blocks much better, so if I play the white-green aggro deck with all the tribal preparations, I'm going to just be beat. But I'm going to take the Scholar here and a chance to try to, normalize. I'm playing 3 colors firmly, I believe. Just going to take the Scholar. Bonds is the best card, but should have took the Angel, I guess. Could have had Priest and then Bonds. So we do see a Nah. Woohoo! But for me here, I'm going to take the Deranged Assistant. That is a self-mill component. This is not going to will, I don't believe. Not that it matters. I don't have any good cards to play that make you want to play. This is the Spider Spawning or the self-mill. You don't have the Back from the Brink. You don't have the Spider Spawning. I don't have any of those cards. I'm taking Deranged Assistant. So here, the only card for us would be a Sideboard Naturalize or a Feeling of Dread. Don't take the Naturalize. Not much else there. So we do see a Back from the Brink here. Do I really want another 6-mana enchantment? It is a token, so I could assemble the ultimate combo with Parallel Lives, Back from the Brink, and Feed the Pack. I'm going to take it. I mean, this is a train wreck anyway. So let's see how deep we can go. So, Back from the Brink. Here's the original pack. Best cards by far, the Silver Chase Fox. I'm just going to cut that from someone. The rest of these cards are shitty, not playable. Oh, got a Geist here. This one I need another 5-drop. Let's do a Delver check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I'm gonna take the Geist. Ooh, the Amulet Wheel. Okay, so this is beautiful. I really do need this card for this pile that we're playing here. It looks like I'm really heavy blue. Yeah, mainly blue. So that's good. The Scholars, like I was saying earlier, I could take the Scholars and base blue and splash all the other crap off of that. But we're going to take the Amulet here. Sure, take a Great Bramble. I'll play it. I'm going to take... I actually like Grimace better than Skeleton, but... yeah, I'll take it. Okay, this is a train wreck. Alright, so I'm going to pause it, I'll build a deck, and we'll come back and see if we can get out of the first round. I'm not so sure we can. Alright, so here we are. I'm up to 25 cards here. I should have paid more attention to Parallel Lives because I'm pretty sure I did pass the Stitcher's Apprentice. And so if I had a couple Stitcher's Apprentice, I probably would commit to playing this card. But I think the fact that I have Feed the Pack and Back from the Brink, where I can sack the guy through him, get X2 2 tokens, and then I can pay to bring him back just to recast the toughness of the guy I sack. I think I'm going to play both of those enchantments. I'm going to pull the Parallel Lives out. It's just not going to work here. I was not able to get any equipment to help support the Stalker, but I do have the Hunger of the Howl pack, so I can assemble that mini combo. My high end is okay here. Obviously, I have 5 and 6 cast costing spells, which is horrible in this format. So we're going to be looking to go early block trade, hopefully block trade, not get in too bad of a crunch, and then try to get to the late game where we can actually use Feed to the Pack. Scob Goliath. I only have 2 Scobs. I have him and the Stitch Drake, but I also have the Scholars to pitch creatures too if need be. So I think, this deck I might can make it to the second round if I'm lucky. I don't see this beating. I don't have enough removal. I got 1 removal spell. I don't see this. Certainly don't see this winning the draft. But we're going to give it the good old college try. I do like Feed the Pack. Hopefully that card will be fun to play. It's certainly better in white. If you get the Gavany Ironride or the Bellringer, when you start throwing those guys out into it, it certainly gets pretty ugly. I mean, late game, so I'll throw a Scavenger to it. I get 5 2/2s, depending on the situation on the board. I mean, that could certainly help push you to the finish line, but you kind of need to be not losing too bad to make that trade work. So anyway, I'm 24 cards. I've got to cut 1 more. I'm going to play 17 land plus the Amulet, because I'm definitely going to splash the Fires of Undeath. And I'm thinking about the Ravings, but there's probably just too much variance with this card to play it. So here I end up playing 1 Mountain, no Swamps, Flashback will be on the Grotto. I think this is what we're going to run with, so let's load it up. Their stats here, check this piece out. 60% blue, 30% green. Interesting. Let's see. It's probably at least 9 islands. Yeah, 914. I think that's fair. So I'm really looking at 6 green sources. Got a lot of double green though. 10, yeah, I think that's fine. 10 blue. So this is the pile we will march into the first round, and we'll see how far we can make it. Could certainly go over the top with the Goliath. Oh, I do have that. So I actually have 3 Scobs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll see. I'm uncomfortable. This deck, in fact, is top heavy. There's just too much here in the 5 and 6, but I don't have any other power, any other options really that could make me feel more comfortable. Maybe I play Gray Bramble. Nah. If I see some zombie deck, I'll play it, but the 3/4 would be nice to throw away to the Feed the Pack, but anyway, we'll see you in the first round. This is the pile we're going to run.